Julian Ruck, 1423 Lapeer, Polly's Place. Folks, I got some great news, and I mean this sincerely. I was born in this town. I know this town very well as a kid who grew up in poverty, as a homeless teenager, as someone who hitchhiked away just to get away and stayed away. And last Wednesday evening through Thursday evening, after what I believe is 60 years of struggle, Port Huron actually began to turn things around. One particular day. And I'd like to express here why I'm so excited and the multiple reasons I believe that's true. First of which is the creation of the role for Deputy City Manager. Super smart. The smartest thing I've seen you guys do, by far. And that's not to belittle anything else so much as to say how great a decision that was. For too long, the city has been a bottleneck at one person, and I don't believe that person has put the city's interests in front of their own. And now it's kind of a double key situation. And the other half of that appointment is who you appointed. Literally my favorite public official in town. And I'm not just saying that to, brown nose. I think you guys know I don't do that. But Nancy Windsor is so easy to trust. And the older I get, the more important I've realized that is. You can try to trust people, but some people make it very easy. And I don't think she'd know any more put herself before the city's interests than show up late to work all week. So, congratulations, Nancy. So that's the bulk of the turnaround, because there's a blockage of communication with a poor interpreter that now there's a channel through, and that is huge. Next, I don't know if you know, I'm going to try to get to this quick. Last Thursday night, St. Clair County Board of Commissioners, Lisa Beeden put forth an idea to put nearly $10,000 towards Blue Water Allies, and a new nonprofit that helps the gay and queer community in the area. And about 100 people showed up to show support for her doing that. And it was a very powerful and moving evening, and it was passed 4-3, and I have it on good authority that 2 people changed their vote to yes because the community showed out. So in my mind, a lot of the homophobia and bigotry that I've seen in this community for the past 30-40 years is just edged its way into a more diverse and accepting community, and that is huge. Furthermore, and it's about Polly's Place, I went to a blight hearing Thursday morning expecting to be told when we'd be on the chopping block. We were not given our zoning board of appeals approval, largely because, and it was stated as such, people came out to complain about me. And then the blight department actually, instead of telling me what day we'd be bulldozed, said, upon further consideration, we'd like to give you a generous amount of time to appeal to the circuit court and then keep moving along and beautifying the space. So those things mean I'm pretty much gone from this community now. I always hang out for the hard work, put people in charge, and move on. I have 3 other communities to get to, and I'm looking forward to moving on. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to address the council this evening?
Hi, my name is Heather Hughes, and I actually live in Birchville, but I have worked in Port Huron, and I'm just here to speak on behalf of Julian and Polly's Place. The gardens are absolutely beautiful, and providing food for people, especially in this economy where food prices and everything are just outrageous. It's a much needed thing, I think, and I think communities all over Michigan should have these food gardens. Food, flowers, it beautifies the community, it helps the community. There's so many people struggling in today's world. We're here to help each other. That's what we're put on this earth for, to lend a helping hand to one another. So I just want to speak out in support of that. And and just encourage it more across Michigan.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to address the council this evening?
Holden Goth here, 11th Avenue. I'm also here to speak in support of Polly's Place, and I really didn't play much of a good role in the zoning board meeting where there was kind of a setback there, and disappointed myself with that, especially when I had been helping Julian with a few things, and I started to see just organically people starting to come around, and I just felt really sad that we started feeling like there was some kind of foothold there, and people were just organically making their way there, and it's almost like you just want to be like, well, don't get your hopes up, it won't be around, and I was just kind of saddened by that. And on a second note, dead horse sort of thing, I just would encourage you guys to keep being transparent through the YouTube, as you had mentioned, Mr. Freed, and I had mentioned months ago in a meeting where I had said transparency is kind of all or nothing. I don't know exactly what you could be liable for unless there was something done wrong on May 23rd of 2022 by the city. Not exactly sure tort liability laws and all of those things, but I would only expect you to be liable for something if something was wrong on the city's end. So in my eyes, transparency is an all or nothing type deal, so it just would be good to actually see it in action.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to address the city council this evening?
Kathleen McCready, 414 14th Street. I just feel it's prudent to say once again, we are not detractors, we are not haters. We are not against gardens, we are against the permanent structures that could be dangerous to children, to the invitation of anybody walking through the garden at any time with no insurance, no liability, no proof that he's a nonprofit. We feel that it is a risk to the neighborhood, and it's not like we've never had any serious accidents in the neighborhood. We have. And if something can be prevented, we would like to see that happen and have a safe and prosperous community and a garden that's safe for people to walk through. And the other point we've been trying to make is it's a vacant lot. It should be a vacant lot. He wants to grow a garden for himself. We have no issues with the garden. And we are Harrison Point neighborhood, not Harrison Point Initiative that carries some issues with that name, which the Facebook page is now closed. So it's a private entity. So just wanted to let you know. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to address the council this evening?
Connor Bonin, 911 9th Street. I'm with Julian Ruck for the past almost 5 years. Next year is 5 years. I've been growing food and helping him for 5 years, and it's ridiculous why you're trying to push him to get out of there. It hurts my feelings. Like, I like eating fruits and veggies and drinking water. He doesn't produce something that comes out of a box. He produces something that comes from the nature. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the audience who wishes to address the city council this evening? Seeing no one else, declare